people in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. Say, who are the people in your neighborhood? The people that you meet each day.
Hi boys and girls, welcome to Turn the Page Tuesdays. So now that it's almost time for bed, make sure that you take care of all of those bedtime routines. Parents, now's the time to pause your device for the children to be able to go ahead and do that. Hi boys and girls, so today we are here with an artist, Carolyn Hess, and she lives in the Oxford community. Carolyn, what are you doing?
Well, painting groundhogs for Groundhog's Day.
Wow. And are you just painting, is it for fun or is it something that you're...
Well, the Slumbering Groundhog Lodge finds something for me to paint every year. For the last 2 years, I've been doing their mugs.
Wow.
Yeah, this is just bisque fired. It doesn't have the finish firing on it, but that's a sample of what I would do. I mean, these are all commission pieces of art, so.
And what does commissioned mean?
I'm hired by a private individual to paint whatever they want painted.
Okay. So what other things do you paint besides groundhogs?
Well, I mean, I did this for the Boy Scouts.
Ah.
These were commemorative plates as the boys got their Eagle Scout awards. Each plate is individually numbered with their Eagle, the year they got their Eagle Award.
Now, do you put your initials on here?
On the back, usually.
On the back.
Yeah.
Right there. You can see that. Those are Carolyn's initials right there. So she initials each piece of art that she does.
And then I do drawings for people, paintings. That's one of my drawing I did a while ago.
This would have been a sketch that she's done. And it is, can you tell what it is? It's a picture of an owl. And there is the artist's name right down there. You can see it very faint right there.
Mm-hmm.
And what other types, so when you painted this,
Yeah.
did you also create the whole, I guess it's a mug?
Yeah. My partner turns the pottery for me in my pottery business, and then I do all the painting for him.
So your art is specifically painting.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or I went to school for interior design, and as my parents said, you need to make a living. So I started out doing kitchen design for a large company.
Oh, wow.
And the kitchen on the front is one of my designs. It was an old colonial style kitchen that the owners wanted. I worked with custom cabinetry, designing all their showrooms, the dealer showrooms.
Wow.
Worked with the ad agency setting up photo displays.
And these are some of the pictures
From that kitchen.
So this is an actual home?
Yes, yes.
Nice. Carolyn has designed kitchens for Kenny Rogers, who was a musician, and for Eddie Murphy, who is an actor. And she's also done a lot of other famous people's designs for their kitchens. That's pretty incredible. And when will the company that you're designing this for, or painting this for, get this?
They will get this by Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Is Groundhog's Day?
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. And how long will it take you to finish that?
Let's see. This would take me about 3 hours to do it because I get it when it's just concrete, and I do the base coat, and then I start putting in all the details and the hair. I mean, I have a special brush here that has tiny.
Oh, yeah.
To do the hair, I cut it down.
Wow.
To make things go a little quicker.
Wow.
Because I will end up doing probably 30 or 40 of these.
So this is only one that you do.
Mm-hmm.
You do 30 or 40 of these hand-painted.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. Something else that you shared was this. Can you explain that?
When I paint these groundhogs, I so I get paid. I will keep a list here of how I mixed my paints, because each step of doing this is a different layer of paint. And so, like all the black, I knew it took me 3 minutes to do that much. Then I would start doing the undercoats, which was a real pale yellow. And I would write here what I painted that color on and how I mixed the glaze and how long it took me. So, and then I knew by the end of it how long it took me to paint each one of these. So each one of these took me about 20 minutes to paint.
So I saw there, like even the color around the mouth is two drops of a certain color, one of another, and then that's what you used to paint. So you knew after, because you said you made about 100 of these, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what needed to happen, because they do need to look similar if you're giving them to someone and a large group of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then these are the pictures that were from that same mug.
Yeah.
So some of the close-ups so that Carolyn could remember what she was doing and what steps she took, so that it all turned out. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have to know how to read to do your job?
Yes, I do.
And what sort of things do you read to be an artist?
The colors of my paints, the formulas that I use to make up some of my paint colors for clay, because I'll mix several different clay bodies, which are pigments, into my clay to make my paints. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Really
I
cool.
have to know how to read a roller when I'm designing a kitchen. So,
Yeah. So, can we see any of your artwork around Oxford?
Flickerwood has some of my pottery.
Ah.
Yeah. There's a couple houses that do have some murals that I've done. I used to do some of the scenery for the high school plays.
So if you ever see a big mural around, or you should always look for the artist's name, and maybe just maybe you will see Carolyn's name on one of those pieces. When did you start to realize you wanted to become an artist, a painter?
I was a child. My grandfather would give me a paintbrush, and I would sit on the back steps of his workshop, and it was a big piece of black slate, and I would get a bucket of water and a paintbrush, and I'd paint a picture, and then the sun would dry it and it would disappear. Or we had a feed mill, and I would draw all over the walls of the feed mill, and some of those drawings are still there according to the people that have the place now. So I was a child.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for being with us today.
Sure. The Art Collector by Jan Wall. When Oscar was very, very, very small, Great Granny took a piece of paper. She took a crayon and began making lines. Some were straight, some were curving. Soon, in a minute or two, it was not a blank piece of paper. It was a chicken. It was magic. Oscar watched and clapped his hands. "Can I do it?" he asked. "You can try," said Great Granny, and she handed him the crayon. Oscar made many, many lines, short and long, on another piece of paper. The crayon slid and swirled and danced. What he made was not a chicken. In fact, it didn't look like anything. Oscar frowned, and he crumpled it up. Great Granny handed him a sheet of black paper and a stick of white chalk. "Try again," she said. The stick of chalk hopped all over on the sheet of black paper. Oscar was about to tear it up. "I still don't have a chicken," he grumbled. Great Granny looked carefully with her good eye. Then she put on her glasses and held the paper this way and that way. Well, you have made a very fine picture of a snowstorm on a very dark night." Ma and Pa framed it and hung it for visitors to admire. They also framed Great Granny's red chicken. Some people preferred the snow scene. Many liked both. Great Granny's visit was over, but Oscar kept the chicken. He thought her drawing was better than his, and he liked looking at it. Oscar liked to go with his parents to Sunday shows where artists sold pictures. They took him to flea markets too. Oscar found an old etching in a beat-up frame. It was a stream with a building and a water wheel. Oscar heard the sound of water turning the wheel. The etching cost $1. Oscar counted out coins and tugged at Pa. "I must have it," he said. "Will you lend me the rest? I'll pull out weeds and help Ma, too." Oscar had bought his first picture. After taking it home and dusting it off, he saw the glass had a crack. So they took the etching of the stream and a building and a water wheel to the framer. The new frame and glass, better backing, and wire to hang it cost more than the picture. Oscar had to pull many, many weeds, but he could see the picture a lot better, and he liked looking at it. Slowly the years passed. Oscar grew taller. He kept collecting until pictures hung on every wall of his room. In one painting, 4 geese humped. In a Japanese woodcut, a bamboo lute strummed under a round moon. In one drawing, leaves whistled in the wild, wild wind. In some, just plain colors sang in circles, and oblong shapes and puffs of color. And as Oscar looked, the pictures changed in front of him. Now a forest had more trees. Yesterday that lady wore a pink hat. Today it was yellow, or it was purple, orange, magenta. At night, before turning off the lamp, he waved at his pictures. The room became quiet, and the pictures slept too. And when he grew up and moved away, Oscar packed them all, wrapping each one in thick brown paper so it wouldn't break. He loved his pictures, every one. Years passed and his collection became famous. Newspapers wrote about it. Oscar's collection grew and grew and grew until a museum had to be built to hold it. Oscar kept one picture for himself, and he loved looking at it.
I hope you enjoyed that book by our special guest. Now it's time for bed. Good night, everyone. We'll see you in the morning.